Can Doug Ford survive the Greenbelt scandal? Will the controversy get worse? Those are questions many here at Queen's Park have been pondering. Tonight, we speak with insiders from different sides of the political spectrum about what's next for this government.
The buck stops with me.
Premier Doug Ford says he takes responsibility for the Greenbelt land swap. Will it sink him politically, though?
There are people that clearly have given money to his political party who are netting a massive, massive gain. When that all happens, it's hard to say you're different than everybody else when you're involved in those sort of activities. So I think to a certain extent, he's taken a hit. That being said, he is a very effective communicator, and I think people understand who he is at a gut level. And I think he certainly has an opportunity to fight his way back on this one.
Bob Richardson is a former Liberal chief of staff. We also spoke with a senior Conservative strategist who asked for anonymity. They tell CityNews they're not worried at all, adding people care more about the lack of affordable housing, saying it's not what the focal point is of the public. The public's focal point is who is building houses and who isn't. A second Conservative strategist who also asked for anonymity tells CityNews they also believe the government can survive, saying, I don't think it's a death knell. However, that same strategist says people are nervous about what could come next. Will the OPP investigate? What will the Integrity Commissioner's investigation yield? They add, no one believes the Housing Minister's chief of staff selected the land to be removed from the Greenbelt all on his own. Richardson agrees.
I've observed Queen's Park for 38 years. I was the chief of staff, I say 100 years ago in a previous government. I have never, ever heard under any of the three parties a chief of staff with power to do this solely on his own, not with the minister. It stretches credulity.
Richardson says the government has to tough it out. One of his pieces of advice, pray.
He's got to pray that the outstanding inquiries by, I think it's the Integrity Commissioner and the OPP wrap up relatively quickly. It's tough to be finished with an issue when you've got a number of things like that hanging out.
One Conservative strategist told me that people care more about housing than they care about the Greenbelt, that really it's just the press gallery at Queen's Park that is making a big deal about this. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't. I find when strategists say that, it usually means that you're in bigger trouble than you think.
One thing working in Doug Ford's favor is that the next election isn't for almost 3 years. As one of the Conservative strategists said, the biggest threat to this government would be to not have more housing starts by the time voters go to the polls.